interest. It's really weird.
I think the backlash from that room last night was because of a poll on my bio.
Yeah, I mean, the polls in the bio, there's no reason to keep them around unless you're trying to increase the
Well, I have a question for you guys with the pluses, Serendipity, Mike, and I. What is the feature that you like the best having that plus account? What's the versatility that you're enjoying having that?
Okay, there's only two features that you get with Plus that you don't have as an unpaid user. The anonymous feature, and there's a link on your profile that you can click to see who has viewed your profile.
If I view your profile 10 times in a row, are you going to see I clicked on you 10 times in a row?
No, you're just going to bump to the top of the list every time you do it.
Oh,
but here's the thing. That feature is really quite useless because if you go into a room and you react to something that somebody said, you show up as having viewed their profile. If you go into a room and the host or one of the moderators invites you on stage, that's going to show as a view on your profile. So it's not really, they're not like true real life views, so to say. So that feature is pretty, it's pretty useless.
And I actually just signed up for the trial so I could secretly pay attention to the drama between Stephanie and JB, and I already canceled my trial, so mine will go away in like a day or two.
Yeah, that's why I signed up too, because I kept getting pinged last week in a room that Pepe was hosting, and they were like, yeah, they're talking about you and JB, you gotta come in, and I was gonna ignore it, but I received 4 or 5 pings and a back, so I said, okay, let me sign up for the free trial so I can go in here and see what the eunuchs and the peasants and the bootlickers are talking about. I actually kind of like it. I might keep it past the free trial because it allows me to scroll. What I don't like is when you're scrolling through the hall and you're automatically
show in the rooms. That's exactly what I use it for.
Through, I don't want people to think I'm in the room. I'm literally just scrolling through just to see what's in the hallway. I like that I can scroll anonymously, so I might.
Yeah. I've almost completely quit going to the hallway. Like I just go to the friend bubble in your chat section to try and find rooms. But like if I can't find anybody, I will go into anonymous to scroll because it does. As you're listening to the room, it shows you in the audience of that room. And there are just some rooms that like I don't want my profile even in those rooms, So that's the primary reason that I keep it, because if I have to be in the hallway to find something, then I can do it anonymously.
To be honest, I don't know what this would entail, but
hello, my country,
here we go.
Good morning, Josh. Who keeps...
That's I didn't because I didn't know that was the same person. So now I know. My bad. That's my fault. Okay, I recognize you now, John. OHM. You're not coming back up this time.
All right. I think we had 3 people come off mic or 3 or 4. I think it was Sean, Anthony, Certainty, and Mike. So who wants to go first?
Oh, Anthony was trying to say something. What's up, Anthony? How you doing?
Hey, good morning, you guys. I was having technical difficulties before when I came in the room. Whenever I came off mic, I couldn't speak. I just updated the app, and it seems to be working. Can you guys hear me clearly?
You have an Android, don't you? Go Android. You do.
Yeah, I do have an Android.
That was a bug, bro. It wasn't working yesterday. Yeah, it's okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't on the app at all yesterday. So, I was on the app, but I was in, anonymous mode, so I wasn't speaking on stage. And it was only briefly. But then this morning, trying to, talk, it just wasn't working. So, but yeah, I'm back in effect, man. Good to see you guys. Some of my favorite people in the app. Also some weird people, but what you gonna do?
Takes all kinds to make the world go round.
Yes, ma'am. Like, it's just, it's odd, out of, but yeah, if you sit by the river long enough, you'll see the bodies of your enemies floating by,
This is true.
Yeah, Anthony, over 24 hours, Android was broken and Clubhouse couldn't use the app at all except for texting. You form. Speakerphone, nothing. The mic just was not working. That was a big deal. I know that there was a room. I actually came across a room. I don't know how I'm following the house that I got invited to it. It's an Indian house from India. Not Indian, not Native American. Anyway, there was 4.6K people in that room. I mean, I have not seen that many people in a room, but I was thinking about like a good half of those guys are Android users. Like half of the world is Android. So I was like going, geez, there's a lot of people that are not able to use this app right now. So we were all sending messages in. Beth, what were you saying that you found out at Clubhouse? How many reports were there that went through like just yesterday alone? Like over 2,000? Is that what you were saying, Beth? I don't know if Beth's still there. She might be doing something. But anyway, yeah, it was a big deal for the app because half the users couldn't use the app.
Sure.
Hey, Steve, good morning.
4.6K.
That's a regular.
No.
That's a regular occurrence. Yeah, that's a regular occurrence over there. There's a whole other side of Clubhouse that their rooms just get completely bombarded. But I did want to say hey and good morning to Steve for a minute and just wish him a happy win.
Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, ladies. Good morning, gentlemen. Happy hump.
Yeah, this
Pumpkin day in the muff.
I cannot. I am at work, but thank you.
So I didn't know this yesterday, guys. Maybe y'all knew this because I know somebody mentioned it in the room, but I didn't realize until late last night when my editor sent me the story that Cracker Barrel allegedly has buried the new logo after backlash and they're returning to the old logo. Is this true?
Yes, I heard that this morning.
This is craziness.
Oh, that's the ultimate egg in the face, isn't it, for a CEO?
Yes,
Can you
it
imagine
is.
this?
Oh, my
that's hard
gosh.
to deal with. Oof.
He doesn't have much longer at that position, not after that. Like it's that's the ultimate slap,
Yeah.
It's crazy. It really is crazy. But like Bud Light, New Coke, this Cracker Barrel, debacle. Like why? I just don't understand who convinces them that this is a good idea. It's just so odd to me.
No, I agree.
Fringe progressives who claim the rest of us are offended by everything, just like when they got rid of the Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben's. Nobody was complaining about Aunt Jemima logo and the Uncle Ben's logo, especially nobody in the Black community. Nobody cared. But the media and the fringe progressives convinced everybody else that Black folks demanded this, and now that you won't find a single Black person who was pressed about Uncle Ben's and Aunt Jemima. Then I read earlier this week on Twitter, I don't know how much this is true, I was reading comments on Twitter that said they changed the logo because of Black people too. And I'm like, y'all just making stuff up now. I used to, I waited tables for 10 years when I was in my late teens, early 20s, right? And up until mid-20s. Cracker Barrel in the Midwest is one of the restaurants I worked at for a couple years. Now, I guess it depends on where you are, but here where we are, and I know maybe a lot of Southern Blacks might agree, Black folks love Cracker Barrel. So nobody was complaining about a Cracker Barrel logo. So if y'all hear that, it's lies. Okay?
Hey, Nye, speaking of Aunt Jemima, though, a lot of people don't even know this fact. Aunt Jemima literally would be one of the first podcasters ever. She used to actually have a regular show on an AM radio, and she would talk about different recipes, cooking things. She literally had a cooking segment on the radio, like in the 1950s. I'd have to look. Don't quote me on the timing, but if you were to chat GPT and look it up, you'd find it. Actually, a client of mine, their family were good friends with Aunt Jemima's family. I have pictures I'm trying to find. I'm going to have to request them again because there's some amazing historical stuff on that. She's actually an amazing person, and the family's extremely proud of her. And so, yeah, when they wanted to take her face off of it, they were not happy. It was a big deal.
Look at progressive white women.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I'm a conservative person. It is what it is, right? But I think that the straw that broke the camel's back for a lot still in denial. And I think that they may need to feel some more pain before they reconsider that stance.
Do you think that the wokeness is the reason they changed it, though? I mean, I at first it didn't even dawn on me that was the reason, and I don't know if they've ever officially said that was the reason. I mean, the logo definitely looks older, and the companies definitely modernize their logos as like a lazy way of trying to update their brand, and it happens constantly. And I didn't make that connection until people started saying it, so I feel like potentially that's not why they did it, unless they've ever admitted that's why they did it. I feel like it could have been done. I mean, still poorly so, because the brand meant something, obviously, more than they were aware of. But I'm not convinced it was to remove the old white guy like everyone thinks. But I'm not sure. I could be wrong.
It wasn't to remove the old white guy. It was to remove the Cracker Barrel. And by the way, although it's very true, Mike makes a good point, that companies reinvent their logos all the time, unless you've had the exact same logo for over 50 years, that's a completely different animal.
Oh, like Cracker Jacks, for example?
So why did they get rid of the Cracker Barrel then? I mean, first of all, what is a Cracker Barrel? Is it a barrel full of like crackers?
Yes, that's what it actually was. It was a man, if I'm not mistaken, in a chair, a rocking chair, next to a wooden barrel filled with crackers. Yeah.
I guess I didn't know that crackers came in barrels at any point in time.
Well, I mean, that's part of the heritage thing of how, like, that disappears with these kinds of changes, because not just, like, for one people, but, like, everybody, because that's how they used to ship things. They used to ship food in those kind of barrels.
But here's the deal, too. Okay, you know the shape of the new logo. If they would have made that a very minimalistic, stylized side of a barrel, like a barrel turned on its side, and so they put, like, the straps on the left and the right of the letters, right? And retain the barrel in a very simplistic, minimalistic, modernized form, I'm not sure people would have hated the logo as much. I don't think people are responding to the loss of the dude. I think they're to how huge the change was, and everything was removed to him. So it was just an ugly fucking yellow patch with bad type. Like, I feel like that's what people responded to, and not the loss of the dude or the barrel. But if they could have made a stylized barrel on its side and just done that, I think they wouldn't have necessarily encountered this.
I have a Sprouts near me. It's right next to my Ralph's. And as was just said, they have one aisle that has about 10 different barrels. And the barrels each have different types of rice, different types of beans, maybe different types of other things. They don't have crackers in them. And quite frankly, in my humble opinion, whatever it's worth, this is not an issue with the old man by a barrel. This is by the name Cracker Barrel. And I do think this is a woke issue. I think sorry about the cocoa. This is a woke issue regarding the name and not the picture. And they changed up the picture. They didn't change the name, and now it's back to the way it was. And I think my humble opinion, it's a huge clusterfuck that backfired.
That's an interesting observation, Mike, of yours, because it doesn't the logo, I mean, the updated one, it makes the Cracker Barrel thing, makes it look cheap, doesn't it?
It lost all personality.
Yeah.
Like, they removed 100% of personality.
And history. And personality and history.
Yeah, the history is what really makes me...
Yeah, I really think that what I'm saying is potentially the real issue. Like I said, what I stand by firmly is that I think if they would have retained the barrel in a slightly more interesting logo, I really think people are responding. I think the cracker and white people versus black people is all just social media bullshit. But I think that the fact that the logo is too simple and fucking ugly and it lost all its character and personality, I think that's why people hate the new logo. And then the people saying it's a racial issue are just kind of like laying that on through the filter of their own glasses, I think. That's what I really think is a true issue.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's funny to say they took the cracker off.
Yeah, exactly. It begs for the joking anyway, right? Like in general, like I get it. Like it couldn't happen to a better company, honestly. It's fun.
Oh, and if you look at the history of Cracker Barrel, it kept inside that barrel soda crackers, right? And they used the barrel as the guys gathered around. They used those old barrels to play games on. And they just sat there and, used them. But you should watch some of the YouTubers, the influencers, because they stop at Cracker Barrel as they travel with their RVs, because it's one of the only places off the highway they can pull in, and they have RV parking, and they're safe and they're good. But man, oh man, they are slamming Cracker Barrel left everywhere.
Cracker Barrel is the only place that I can get locally some fried chicken. I love their fried chicken. I need to learn how to make it at home. Or their chicken, or is it the chicken fried chicken and the country fried steak? I need to learn how to make it because that's why I go there.
What
I
is
used
the
to always
difference between chicken fried chicken and chicken fried? I mean, what?
They're both breaded. They're breaded, flattened. The steak is flattened and breaded and deep fried. The chicken breast is flattened and breaded and deep fried. And then it's generally served with the gravy, which I don't really use the gravy that much. I don't like that white gravy. And, your sides. And, of course, Cracker Barrel, home of the hash brown, the delicious hash brown casserole, and they have the best lemonade. So, yeah.
See what I miss, Nye? They used to have, you could pick your protein and pick your side separately. And one of the proteins was fried chicken livers. And they don't have it anymore. And I used to love those when they were cooked right, when they were not overcooked. I still love chicken livers and chicken kidneys. Mm-hmm. Not kidneys, gizzards and lizards. I still love livers. I love that.
I'll tell you, I think during COVID.
Oh my goodness.
Anthony's like, I'm perked up, chicken livers.
Oh, I love chicken livers. I love beef liver too. I went to a diner in Marietta recently because I saw, Marietta Diner, Serendipity. They have beef liver dinner.
I did.
And I went there and I love it. Like I used to have them when I was a kid and I liked it. I don't know, I'm weird.
Mike, you're in the Atlanta area?
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Now that is what's up.
There's a bunch of us Georgia folks. I'm really starting to feel like Georgia's representing.
You need
Sir,
to, because
I didn't even know that you are here. Like, I've met Holly in person, and I had no idea that you were out here as well. That's what's up.
Yep. And
Anthony, you're in Georgia too?
Yes, sir. I certainly am, man. Certainly am. I go to Marietta Dine on a very regular basis, bro.
I can't believe how big the servings are there. That place is ridiculous. It's also very expensive.
Yes, sir. Yes,
very expensive.
The managers there, they're so friendly. They're so nice. They always make you feel welcome. You guys ever go to Marietta Fish Market?
It's owned by the same people, yeah. I haven't eaten there, though. I gotta say, their style, they're like, as a design guy, their style is horrendous, like in general. It's just hideously ugly. But
you're talking about like the branding?
Yeah, the branding, it's dated, right? And their menu is enormous, which I'm always skeptical of restaurants with like 10,000 things on their menu, because I feel like, how can you do 10,000 things right? But to be honest, I've never had bad food there, so they apparently can do 10,000 things right.
That's like the Cheesesteak Factory. Oh my God. It's like it's the worst thing for a person with ADHD. It's like going into the candy aisle of the store.
Oh yeah, I hate it.
Their mind.
I hate it. Marietta Diners are worse too. They have you would not believe this menu is like 30 pages long. It's just fucking ridiculous.
In addition to having like 30 pages, they sometimes have inserts with like like different other items you had.
They had to. Yeah, and their food is huge. Like when I got the beef liver dinner, dude, each piece of liver was like 12 inches long or more, probably. I'd say 14, 16 inches long. 2 of them on a platter that was like the kind where like a Chinese family would serve the entire family table with one of these platters. That's how big this was. Like I had lunch 2 days afterwards after eating dinner there. Like I could not believe how much food. It was also expensive. I mean, a slice of cake there is like $12 or something. I mean, they have amazing cakes, but like one slice like $12. It's super pricey for what it is. I mean, but you get.
It's so funny. Like they have that huge cake display, and I've never tried any of their cakes.
Oh, their cakes are amazing.
Good as nobody's business. They look so good.
Oh, they're amazing. Yeah. I'm a big sweets guy, so I can't walk past something like that and not go for it.
Like Marietta Diner is polarizing amongst my friend group. Like some people absolutely hate it, and some people absolutely love it. There's very few in betweens. I like it a lot. I have no problem with it whatsoever. But I have friends that have like this visceral reaction, like they'd have to be held hostage at like 3:00 in the morning and forced to go. That's the only way you're getting them over there.
It's the epitome of like super unhealthy, huge portion, fat person food place. Like it definitely has that vibe, which is probably why people feel that way. But it owns it, right? There used to be another place. Oh, it was a chain restaurant. It's not out. I don't think it exists anymore. Oh, what the fuck was the name of that place? It had like a wagon on the logo, like a wagon train wagon. But it was damn it, I was on top of my tongue. Anyway, it was known for big portions. Like its plates were bigger than Marietta Diner, and it was known for that. It was fucking enormous, and people would go there, and because of the large portions. And I feel like that's what Marietta Diner is. Like to be honest with you, I know this woman who probably weighs 380 pounds or more. She's a friend of mine, and every time we go out for lunch, she wants to go to Marietta Diner. So it made that connection in my head. I was like, oh yeah, because she eats everything she gets, whereas I'm like taking like 2, doggy bags with me.
So I just looked up this Marietta Diner because I'm like, man, that sounds like someplace I want to go. Yeah, the portions are huge. This is my type of spot, but it looks like it's only in Georgia, huh?
Yeah, it's a private family that owns it in Georgia. They have a couple restaurants. And it was on Guy Fieri's Food Whatever show, that thing. It was on there one time, too.
It's very kitschy.
It's like, when I first started going there, like, it's like, it to me reminds me of diners that I grew up around. Like, it's very much like the classic diners diner, like, never closes. The menu, the menu itself, holding it in your hand, that's the diner menu I grew up with. Like, like the large selection, it's like a slice of Americana to me. Like,
yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
It's like going back to the diners. It's like going back to the 80s when you step in there every time.
I literally last week received pictures of diners in Brooklyn, some that are still open and some that have since closed. Like, it was just so much a part of our like adolescence, young adulthood, that people were thoughtful enough to send pictures of diners last week. It was like a little thread amongst friends, and we had whole conversations laughing about memories at these places.
Oh, the restaurant I was thinking of with gigantic portions was called Claim Jumper. You should Google Claim Jumper and see how big their food was. I don't know if they still exist, but there's probably shit on the internet about them.
Claim Jumper still does exist.
So, do they still have ginormous plates of food?
Yes.
Yeah, you even have frozen stuff from Claim Jumper, like Smart and Final. Some of the stores that you can find Claim Jumper frozen food.
Yeah, that's not the same at all.
At all.
like Boston Market, but then you get their food and the frozen. It was disgusting. I didn't hate Boston Market, but it disappeared. I didn't hate it though.
Remember before that, it was Kenny Rogers Roasters. I swear to God, they ended up taking over that business because it was the same exact business model.
Oh my gosh, I was in a cemetery in Atlanta recently, walking my dog with my dad who's visiting from Seattle, just because I like to walk through cemeteries. They're interesting. And we stumbled upon Kenny Rogers' grave just randomly. I was like, holy fuck, that's Kenny Rogers' grave. Yeah, it's in what's the big I guess Atlanta people. What's the big cemetery that's across the street from 6 Feet Down Under? Or Down Under, that restaurant? You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about, but I don't know the name of it. I've driven by it a million times. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's in the city. It's like
it's known for being like a super famous cemetery. But I didn't know Kenny Rogers was buried there. And yeah, his grave's there, and people set little things on top of it. Someone set like little little wireless headphones I saw sitting on top of it. There's a bunch of random shit on top of it.
I'll tell you, serendipity, that would be a good room to do. I know we were talking about doing a recipe room, but doing a room that showcases restaurants that are in different areas. Yeah.
We could, the thing of it is there's plenty to expand upon there. You know, it could be a total geek out girl fest. Recipes, restaurants. Because we have enough people from enough variety, a good variety of areas that, like, when you're traveling and stuff, it's kind of nice to hear from locals, like, where are the really must-see places, you know? Because locals are way more informed than anything you're going to pull up on any touristy site.
Yeah, Mike, what's your go-to non-chain restaurant in the Atlanta metro area?
Well, it is a chain, but not very many places, and it's I love that place. There's one
You cut out.
You cut out.
Mike? Uh-oh. The audio glitch got him. Mike, you're going to have to log out and log back in.
Uh-oh. It's Apple's turn. Uh-oh.
I know. Here it goes.
I'll give you one. Mine had to be Umedo, which is a ramen shop in Sewanee, and they actually make their own homemade noodles, and their other location is in Tokyo. Umedo. Best ramen in Atlanta, Mike.
I checked out after I said it. Did you guys hear what I said?
No.
What did you guys say about it?
You're still in the Matrix, Mike.
We didn't hear the name of the restaurant.
And you're still in the Matrix.
Oh my God.
This is not a good representation of Georgia technology.
I'll be honest, like, I know Atlanta is a food city, and there are some fantastic upscale, like, restaurants. But I'm from St. Pete, Florida, and I feel like I feel like St. Pete's actually a really underrated food city. The food in St. Pete, from Vietnamese to, like, Coney Island hot dog spot that I think sadly closed to, Biff Burger. I could just go Pasadena. You have Ted Peters. There's so much.
I agree.
I'm getting really hungry right now. It's 7:20 a.m. on the West Coast. I'm getting hungry already.
I haven't
something
eaten
like that.
Yeah.
Good morning, Ollie. It's good to see you.
Hey, buddy.
Adams. What's up, Adams? I didn't know it was Adams. I'm like, slippers.
It's not. It's slippers.
I will say, to keep with the food theme, I will tell you, I've done a lot of international travel. The best food city I have ever been, hands down, is Lima, Peru. Absolutely blown away by the food there. From the little dives to the fancy, it is incredible food. They actually have the most Michelin star restaurants of any city in the world. But yeah, Lima, Peru, if you ever get a chance, amazing food.
What kind of stuff do they have?
So Lima has an interesting history. So there's a lot of Japanese influence there because there was a lot of Japanese migration way back in the day. So it's kind of like a South American, Central South American, South American, Japanese, a lot of Japanese influence. So it's just very unique. It's very experimental, but man, oh man, is it just incredible. Like the I don't know, just like the ingredients they're using. I've never eaten anywhere where I was just, every plate, I was just like, holy shit. I mean, amazing.
So Anthony, my favorite place in Atlanta, it's not necessarily, it is a chain, but it's only got like 3 locations, I think, and it's owned by a family, so it's not really technically a chain. But it's Taqueria del Sol off Hell Mill Road. Fucking love that place. I love their margaritas. I love their guacamole. Their guac is amazing.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! I love good Mexican food.
We do have a lot of good taquerias here. You're right. Like Atlanta does have a lot of good taquerias. Now we also have really good Chinese, better than St. Pete. I will say Atlanta has better Chinese than St. Pete. Like authentic Szechuan kind of cuisine. We have Atlanta hands down.
Do you get the dim sum there as well? Dim sum?
Yeah. I wish it was a little more common, like dim sum for breakfast kind of deal. Like you don't find that. There's only like a couple places that do it for breakfast, but yeah, we do it.
If you go to, so I'm married to a Chinese woman, and her father owned a Chinese restaurant for his entire career. And if you go to like Buford, to Chinatown there, they have two types of food. Like they literally have 2 menus. One's in Chinese, one's in English. There's not the same things on them. And Chinese food in general, like what he makes like all the time for us, is totally different than any Chinese restaurant that I go to. Like there's core dishes that I've never had at Chinese restaurants, like eggs and tomatoes like stewed together, like scrambled egg and tomato stewed together is like one thing they do. And then they do a lot of like pork with wild mushrooms, stuff like that, like chunked pork with wild mushrooms in like broth. But it's not sweet at all, and it's kind of one note. It's kind of boring after you eat a lot of it. I get kind of tired of it. But that's all he really cooks. He doesn't cook anything. Like I have to ask for like orange chicken or something. It's almost like he laughs under his breath and makes it for me, But you can get all that Chinese food in Buford Highway. Like they go there and they're part of like a Chinese group, like there's thing, and they make Chinese food for each other, and they also serve it in all those restaurants. So if you live in that Chinese area, you can have them.
Yeah, when I go into some of the Chinese grocery stores, like I can't remember the name of it, not Super H Mart, that's Korean, which I like Super H Mart. But like if you go to the Chinese ones that are more like gritty, okay, and they're big, but they're gritty. It really, I used to live in Hong Kong when I was a kid, and it totally brings me back. Like the smell,
yeah.
I transport back in time. Actually, I feel like I'm back in Hong Kong.
Well, what's weird is they're gritty, right? Like you said, but their food is better quality. Like their chicken is like, their chicken tastes so much better. It's like, I can't even explain it. It's like 50% more flavor in like a whole chicken that they'll sell you. So I don't know what they do. They feed it different. I don't know what it is. It's night and day. It's unbelievable the quality difference of their food. Their fish, their beef, all of it is like infinitely fresher and cheaper than the white people stores.
Yeah, their produce, like we love to get produce, stock up on produce at like Super H Mart, for example. They just have better produce. I don't know why. And they have a lot of more obscure, things that you can't get at the regular grocery that we really like. We love Asian food in our house.
Yeah, I should PTR my lunch today actually, because I have leftovers from Chinese dinner at my dad's last night. Here, I'll PTR it. This is my lunch, and this is a straight up Chinese type lunch on it.
That's cool. You have a Chinese father-in-law. Is he from mainland or is he from like?
He's from Shanghai, and my mother-in-law is from Taiwan. My mother-in-law was her dad worked for the Taiwanese government, democracy, the budding democracy, as a governor.
Wow.
Both of them moved to Brazil when they were children, and they were actually in arranged marriage in Brazil. So they speak Portuguese, Chinese, Cantonese, Spanish, Japanese, because my mother-in-law lived in Japan a while. My mother-in-law speaks 9 languages. They're pretty fucking impressive people.
That's so cool. I still remember how to say 1 through 10. Yakni something macha pakasa. And I remember my address. Pasa pa Hong Sando. I remember.
Nice.
So that's about it.
I can speak 1 to 10 in Japanese. Ichi-san chiko rokoshi chashikuju.
That's correct.
That's cool.
I took 3 years Japanese in high school and lived there 2 years, so I was fluent at one point.
Taiwan so I really want to go to Taiwan. The food scene there is supposed to be incredible as well, and like much cheaper than Tokyo, for example, but really good.
My answering machine in Japan said moshi moshi watashi san ima sen atade kake ne shite kudasai domo arigato, which is like, I'm not here right now, please call me later, thank you. So
I let my dog out. Yo, who knew it was so cool this morning? Like, yo,
Dude,
it's actually.
it's cold. It's fun.
I had to wear a sweatshirt.
Well, all my sweaters are still packed up, and I didn't have time. I had to go. I'm actually up in Hiawassee right now, but it's up a little, so I'm not freezing. But yeah, dude, it definitely feels like fall today.
Yeah, you like if you ever make it up, like Marietta area, there's a restaurant called Seed, SEED. You got to check it out. Really solid spot, man. Great date night spot for you and the wife.
I'll check it out in East Cobb. So I've heard of Seed actually. I've never eaten it. But I
You
definitely
live in
know.
East Cobb, then it's up the block for me, bro. Like that's where it is.
We're gonna do an Atlanta hot happy hour sometime soon. So Mike and Serenity, if y'all, I'll let you know in case y'all want to come. Anthony knows about it, and Craig. I don't know if y'all know Craig. I really like him. He moved here now, so he's cool. Any other Atlanta folks, just text me in the back channel. I'll try to get the word out to do it with me.
Okay, so here's my lunch. If you PTR, this is my lunch today. I have in the top right is rice and eggplant. In the top left is pork with mushrooms, and in the bottom right is chicken with potatoes and red onions and Chinese chives.
Yummy.
This is a very typical one. So it's not colorful. It's not colorful, right? And it's kind of one note, but it's super healthy. And so
Yeah, that looks good.
we eat dinner at their house every Tuesday, and then they give me lunch the next day.
I'm jealous. I'm trying to incorporate fermented food into every meal as much as I can. Like whether it's sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, I'm trying to do that. I just think I don't know, I think it's going to be better for my stomach. My stomach's been having some issues lately, so I think fermented foods are.
Yeah, I can tell when I eat this food, like even when I poop the next day, it's like proper poop. Like you don't even have to wipe your booty if you proper poop. Like if you know you're healthy, if you don't have to wipe your butt after you poop because there's nothing there. Like that's amazing, right? And it happens after I eat their food. But then I go and I eat my way for a while, and then it's like a nightmare, and it's half a roll toilet paper, so I can tell the difference.
Okay, I got to post food. PTR, everyone. This is shrimp and frites right here at a winery. They do a once a month dinner kind of thing where they feature a food with some form of a French fry, and this was a shrimp and frites dish we had. It's so good.
That looks amazing.
Yummy. I have a really bad egg intolerance. I wonder if any of you guys have experienced that, because it's gotten worse and worse as I got older. I don't like eggs that much anyway, but like yesterday, I ate a spoonful of brownie batter that I was making, and I cracked the eggs in there, not really thinking much about it, but oh my gosh, I mean, it just takes me out.
Yeah, I'll tell you, because in my area, we get a lot of people off Clubhouse that come this way because they're going out on cruise ships. And I'm like, guys, don't go to the restaurants that are at the port. If you have at least 2 hours, get an Uber and go out. Go down to 9th Street filling station. Try some of our local restaurants rather than, actually, the ones at the port are not, they're local, they're not chains, but they are chains like Mike was saying about the restaurant there and just have more than one location. But I'm like, no. They're high priced and the food is great. Go away from the port. You'll find some good food. I'm actually looking for a chef in Miami for an event that we're gonna, a bunch of people from Clubhouse, we're gonna all meet up, but chef to cook for us and have a beach bonfire. Because I can go to fancy schmancy all day long, but I'm like, guys, you're coming to Florida. Might as well have a bonfire on the beach.
PTR my food again. I just this is when he makes duck. He puts the duck's head on the dish, which I always think is hysterical. This is what his duck dish looks like.
Yeah, a couple years back, I was coaching a guy out of Boise, Idaho, on his Airbnbs. He just got into Airbnbs, and I'm looking at everything he has to offer, and I'm like, dude, you don't have any restaurants. You haven't went out and marketed about your, place, and that you'll help some of the local restaurants. I found more stuff to do and more restaurants that make me want to crave to go to Boise, Idaho. And I'm like, dude, you got to advertise it that way because there are so many hometown restaurants there that are absolutely look amazing.
Oh, Jennifer said she took Japanese in high school too. I was curious where she went to high school, like what state, because it's not very common to be offered in high school, but I was in Seattle, so they offered it.
Holly, unmic. Let's see if we can hear you. No, we can't hear you.
Uh-oh. You might
That's the
need
third
an update.
one down. Third one down.
Is it Apple's turn, Beth? Nice. That'd be funny. That would be funny, though.
What's your filthy pie hole? That audio glitch has actually been going on for a while, and I swear it's because of the previews in the hallway. I think their servers are getting bogged down because they're putting us in and out of rooms as we scroll through.
Does anyone see Joe Armenia come into rooms at all? I haven't seen. I mean, he used to go through rooms, but he may not be going through the rooms that I go through. But he seemed to be the only one in Clubhouse that actually was really using the app. I feel like if they used the app, they would know where the users are coming from. Like, it seems like that'd be a smart thing to do.
I feel like I just very recently heard somebody mention that he was in a room that they were in, so he is apparently still bouncing around.
Okay, that's good. I think so. But it seems like these things will be noticeable, and I don't know. They are from California. Clubhouse is from California. Joe, all of them. I mean, you've been in the town halls. I mean, it sounds like the Valley Girl working up at the top. When they talk, like, oh yeah, so tell us about how it's going in that room with you. Like, sorry. I'm from California, so I'm a smack about my California people.
Yeah, no. I I found it very weird, the rooms that I feel like they're highlighted in the town halls. They've chosen some really, really interesting character.
I'll say it, and I'll say it again. I think the smartest thing that they could do is a town hall where they actually incorporate the town. And specifically, it doesn't have to be all users, but I think they should incorporate the moderators of the rooms. Like they should do a special invitation to the mods of Clubhouse, because the mods have the best feedback for their people and the users that come to their rooms, and they should be talking to the mods. That would be just seems like common sense to me, but I know that common isn't in a sense. We're bringing back common. I think we're starting to get common back in a sense. We're still working on.
I think this one room. Hey Brian, I think this one room they would really benefit of going into the English speaking room, because the name of their room is here. Here was the room you were looking for. You were looking for.
I've seen that one in the hallway, Beth. Every time it triggers me. I'm like, you did get that right. Good morning, Brian and Vero. Brian, you were saying something.
Well, I was agreeing. There is no common sense, and just keep making the app harder for people to even get into a room. I mean, that's just lovely. Their auto ad feature that they tried to roll out is just a mess. Because like now, if I get a phone call and leave this room and have to come back, I'm gonna have to probably open and close the app like 4 times to get it to open instead of sit there and spin and quit jumping me from room to room.
Yeah, that functionality is really just completely bogging down. It's making the user experience a lot worse. I can't tell you how many times a day I say, oh, your audio just went out. You're going to have to close the app and come back.
Good morning, Vero. Monica, what's going on?
Morning. It's chilly this morning in New York, y'all. I think it's like 60.
It's chilly here, too. I love it. It's like,
It's nice.
Fall's right around the corner.
Sweater weather? Sweater weather. It's sweater weather.
I know. I had to put on a hoodie this morning. I was so excited.
Football weather. Yeah, it was 72 degrees here this morning. It felt so good.
Yeah, we got football games starting this Friday, so starting at 4 o'clock all the way till 9 p.m. The baseball start.
It's 72 here now. I'm pretty sure we were down in the 60s this morning. It feels amazing.
Yeah, I know. I want my foot to get better so that I can actually, with this type of weather, I can clean my garages out and get everything organized with my Christmas decorations and it's ready.
All the fall stuff. How many here work remotely and like use Clubhouse as kind of like your work companion throughout the day?
I do. 100%.
Yeah, me too. So I apologize if there's pauses, but sometimes it's like, oh, I gotta go deal with this.
Same here. I have a quota to meet. I have 13 stories to write Monday through Friday by a certain time, and they have to be posted according to LA time, and I'm on Chicago time. So yeah, I treat Clubhouse, especially during this time of the day, like AM radio playing in the background.
Yes, very much so.
I mean, I live remotely, so this is my connection to sanity, besides just, the sound of the tractor in my head.
And we're richer for it, Brian.
Well, some people are. Some people hate me.
What? Who hates Brian Bose?
I can't stand this man. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
It must be those GMO organic recording.
I'm gonna block you now. I can't stand your slippers.
All right, we're here for the train wreck. Come on, keep it going, y'all. Brian Mose is the person that I had the single most embarrassing exchange with on Clubhouse. I sexually inadvertently, because of autocorrect, accosted him in back channel. I was trying to say, don't rat me out, because I friended him on my personal Instagram account, not my Clubhouse Instagram account. And autocorrect corrected the word to don't eat me out. I honestly felt so bad. I was like, I need to write his wife an apology letter. Because, of course, you can't edit your fucking messages on Clubhouse. Ugh. Single most embarrassing moment ever.
Yeah, I love Clubhouse for how many of you really appreciated Clubhouse when you are in a place where you really don't want to talk to someone or someone around you. So it's like you're on a phone call without being on a phone call. I also, Clubhouse is great when you work out because you can literally just, I swear the workouts go by so quick. When I'm on Clubhouse, love it.
I don't know. I passed my phone over to the waitress before and said, here, talk to these people. She's like, what?
You know what I hate? I hate when I'm walking through like I'm running in somewhere to grab something real quick or whatever, and I don't even think about it. Like I'll have my phone on speaker, and suddenly people start crashing out, and I'm like, oh, where's the volume? Turn it down.
Do you ever get those notifications from Apple saying that their volume is too loud?
Yes. For sure.
I literally had to turn those off because of the fact that the volume is too loud on all my surroundings.
No, you keep them on, because I'm telling you, like, this type of technology can be very, very, very captivating, and I think that it's important for people to recognize that you don't want to lose your hearing early, as a result of just being on social
Huh? What? No, I was talking about the phone warning me that my tractor is too noisy.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the noise reduction headphones in. Like, it should totally be picking up on that.
Could you imagine being 85 years old, and I lost my hearing because of Clubhouse?
Too much banging in my life.
I'm actually surprised no one has, I haven't read anything about anyone doing Clubhouse, with the big mics, and then, the recorded microphones with a deep throat and talking about. I mean, Adams, you fucking can master that shit. You can get your ass super loud. Are you using a corded headset? I mean, how do you don't actually?
I mean, I just use the wired headset, and if I'm home and somebody's just speaking over me, I will full on take out a bullhorn.
I am screaming. Sometimes I am screaming when he does that. When people start commenting in the chat, Adam's activate. Dying. I'm absolutely dying. I'm like, oh, here we go.
See, you use it the right way though. Like, there's some people that just do that constantly though. Like, season 1 was insane. Like, I'm surprised.
Excuse me, go back on mute. Thank you very much. You're not gonna overtalk.
Well, see, that's a feature that would be really nice. Is like Discord, where you can actually adjust the individual people's volume custom for you. So you could go to each person and adjust their volume so it comes out the way you want. And if you don't want to hear them very loud, you can quiet them down a lot.
Yeah,
kind of a nice thing.
That was a nice feature on Oculus. When you go into some of those rooms, you could turn individual people up or down.
See, I think that'd be far better than the block feature, actually. They just do that and forget about the speaker.
Right. Like, I can just mute you. You can be on stage and I can't hear a word you're saying.
Right, we'll just see the bubble flashing around knowing that you're talking, but we won't hear the words coming out of your mouth. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the chaos that would create? Oh, I didn't hear them. What'd they say? Never mind. I don't want to know.
Yeah, the only reason why I have that bullhorn is because of the recent immigration protests. And I actually went to downtown LA with my friends, and we were trolling the fuck.
Oh my gosh. I'd have paid good money to see that, Adams.
It went something like a little bit something like this: swim back. Which, by the way, I will say this, traffic has been noticeably lighter since they started deporting.
Really?
Yes.
Like, seriously?
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. That says a lot coming from LA.
Right.
Well, I know the homeless population has kind of disappeared a lot in my city. I've been seeing they're keeping them moving. I mean, they're not hanging out. I mean, the only times now when I see any of them at the beginning of the month or end of the month, otherwise. But the weird thing that's been going on in my city is I think some trank has been getting pushed around because I've been seeing people do matrix moves on the corners of the streets. Some weird stuff. Trank is that like horse tranquilizer with fentanyl list thing. It's gnarly.
I was shocked. I'm sure everybody saw the Little Nas video that went around. Adams was reading yesterday on it, and didn't you say he assaulted 4 officers, Adams?
Yeah, he's facing 4 felony counts, resisting arrest, and assaulting 3 officers.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't even, like I said, I'd seen the video, and I was just like, the way he was dressed, I was like, oh, this is such a publicity stunt, but I didn't realize that he'd actually assaulted those officers and stuff.
Well, not only that, but eventually, most people saw the video of him in his underwear. Eventually, he got fully naked. So the other part of this that really upsets me is the fact that, given the homeless population, I've been on Clubhouse and I've walked down Hollywood Boulevard and have seen fully naked homeless people changing just right on the sidewalk. There was one time this dude was sunning his balls right on the corner, just laid out on the lawn, spread eagle, sunning his balls, so I feel like our public indecency laws need to be enforced. There were people back in the early 2000s that got put on the sex offender registry for peeing in public.
Wow. That's a lot. I think I'd be scared to live in LA.
I think to a degree, I'd say Sacramento is almost equally as bad. Sacramento is terrible, opposite side of California. And then of course San Francisco. I mean, hello. They still got the poop maps going, I think. I don't know. I haven't checked it lately because I don't go there anymore.
Are you still out in Cali, Sean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm San Luis Obispo.
Okay. We got lots of Cali folks too.
Yeah, I'm surprised. There really isn't a ton of. There's not a lot of people from the West Coast on this app, especially California.
Really? I feel like there's quite a few. I hear more people from Cali oftentimes and Texas. We got quite a few Texans too.
Oh my God, they're the worst. They are literally the worst. I can't deal with people from Texas. I really can't.
Things seem a little fragile, so I guess I was just noticing.
It's Austin Texans. It's those ones from Austin. You know why?
Right.
Because they're the ones from they're the Californians living in Texas. Because Austin, I heard, is super, super, super liberal. but it's one of the nicest places in Texas, from what I understand, as far as weather. I mean, I don't know. I like good weather.
So every person that I grew up with that decided, like, oh, you know, we're not going to, you know, we're not gonna be able to afford, you know, the same house that, you know, we grew up in. A lot of them moved to Texas, got divorced, and moved right back and found a man to provide. So, like I said, at the end of the day, people want to live the Texas dream. The food culture is horrible. The weather is absolutely terrible, and you know, the taxes are like through the roof. Like, yeah, you know, you're not going to necessarily pay income taxes, but have you guys looked at property taxes in Texas lately?
Well, that is the thing that I will say. I have a friend that moved from Cali to Texas, and he said he was like, the Mexican food in Texas is shit compared to what you get in Cali, because I guess it's more like a Tex-Mex, not like a authentic Mexican. He did be complaining about that all the time.
Speaking of food, there's some good Tex-Mex though. You just have to know where to go. But have you ever had Taco Deli? Their salsa is phenomenal. If you ever come across Taco Deli, you gotta get it. It's not too hot, so it's gringo friendly, but it's got a really good flavor, like good flavor. Taco Deli, there's a few of them, and I think they're in Texas. Yeah,
Being a Mexican,
they do.
going to California, being a Texas Mexican, going to California, living in California and San Diego, and then eating the Mexican food there, I have to disagree with all of y'all.
Really?
Not for me. Yeah, I feel like the California food just slops a bunch of guac on things, put some like fucking, I don't know, pomegranate seeds in it, and says that it's Baja. I don't know, it's just not for me, you know?
So you were the opposite. You were a Texan, and I'm assuming like grew up with the Mexican, and then you went to Cali. Yeah, okay. That makes sense,
You
though.
know, I'm also Chicana. I'm also Mexican, right? I'm Chicana myself. I will say that Central Mexican food, just like Central American food, Central African food, Central European food, is not the same as coastal food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're 100% correct.
And sometimes it's a lot lighter and, you know, brighter. The coastal foods are brighter, fishier, you know?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I learned this from my parents. Never eat seafood any more than 20 to 30 miles away from the beach. Okay? I went to Vegas one time to Cabo Wabo Cantina, and I literally ended up at Sunrise Hospital. Like, I was throwing up for hours. Like, they were carrying me through the freaking Venetian on a gurney with my balls hanging out, because I was like, it was horrible. Like, absolutely horrible. But like, I'm telling you, like, don't ever eat seafood too far away from the beach. Or after a storm. That's another thing too. Like, a lot of people, you know, we have like El Niños and like, you know, our seasonal storms in California. Then you see people sitting at Mastro's having a lobster dinner. It's like, okay, you're just asking to get sick.
Why not after a storm?
Because of the way that like the sewage and, you know, the runoff systems work and where people are fishing. Like, the water in California is not very clean.
I didn't know that about the storms, but that makes perfect sense. But yeah, my parents always said the same thing. We have one seafood restaurant in our town locally that has fresh fish shipped from the coast. That's where I'll go. Like, if I want really, really good seafood. But I agree with you. For the most part, I only get it when we go down to the coast.
Oh yeah, this actually reminds me. I saw a disgusting video this morning, and it was here in New York City on the Hudson. I don't know. I'm not gonna say who they were, but there were some people who provide services to the community in trucks of the sort, who were fishing in the Hudson, like netting in the Hudson, which is illegal, by the way. But can you imagine in the Hudson River, that brackish gray water, fishing and serving it?
They're all here. Have some tilapia.
Do you not remember when that plane crashed into the Hudson?
I do remember, Sully.
Oh my God. I remember thinking, like, everybody on that plane needs to take an AIDS test now. Like, that water is so incredibly fucking dirty. Like, I see YouTube videos of people swimming in the Hudson River. Like, who does that?
Oh my God, I saw some people capsize in a canoe, and I was gonna throw up. I was like, oh.
Would you believe that people kayak in the LA River?
Yeah. I've seen that. That is, I know. I just can't. Oh my God.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I mean, you're talking to a person since the fires. I have not been to the fires when they're the ones accused.
I'd like to hear what he proposes as an alternative, you know?
Like,
So-
he wants to do the He wants the idea to investigate their own alleged crimes.
Right, but how is that any less biased? Like, what? That's the definition of bias. We cannot allow that.
Let's say you're accused of committing murder, and I'm like, you know what, Aziz? You're going to investigate your own murder. Tell me, are you guilty or not?
Bro, the case is closed.
That's what I said. Like when did someone involved in the act, crime or innocence, ever be the judge or ever be like lawyer?
Trump.
So to be fair,
When did that ever happen in history?
So to be fair, Nargis, that is actually it is actually common practice within militaries. That's why you have military police.
Really?
So the military police, yeah. So every military has a military police, right?
I see.
Yeah. So in the case in Israel, for example, of the military police arresting the people who raped the Palestinian prisoner, right?
Okay.
The military police were actually doing their job. But what happened was the people, like regular civilian people, started protesting against this.
Yeah.
And the Knesset held hearings against this, saying that Israelis have the right to rape Palestinians. At which point, the military police...
The Israelis.
Dude, let me just finish talking.
Nah, bro. You talking shit, bro. You don't know about it.
I'm sorry. Let me finish because I haven't heard this before. I don't know this.
So at which point, the military police were under so much pressure from the government and society that they had to release them.
So they're not. What are you saying? Either. So they're not fit for.
What am I saying? What I'm saying is what I'm saying. You don't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, bro. Because the way you saying you fucked up. The military don't care. The word of the same
Okay,
government.
I'm too positive.
What he said. Like the Israeli military police is all of a sudden like reliable.
No, I didn't say it was all of a sudden reliable. I said that in this case,
This is insane. Good Lord.
they were actually doing their job, and they still could not do it due to pressures from other institutions within the government. But in a general sense, outside of Israel, look at any other government, right? Every military has a military police whose job it is to persecute or prosecute the people in the military who are committing war crimes. Obviously, this is not the greatest system in the world.
All right, so why Jewish people raping kids?
Okay, hold on. Okay, so how long has America America does
This is an institution. The fact that every military has a military police is at least
Right, but
70 years old.
what is committing?
I'm sorry, I didn't get it. Thank you, Benny.
I just want to add on to Ben's point. So specifically in the Israeli parliament, I forgot the exact bill, but there's legislation that's passed basically because the point is when they talk about Israeli raping, for example, the prisoners, it's because of the fact that when it comes to for example, the United States, right? You give, for example, the classification of people. So obviously you have the United States citizens, you have like diplomats, then you have like citizens, then you have, for example, permanent residents, then you have, for example, illegal like asylum seekers, then you have illegal aliens, and then, for example, refugees, right? So it's usually the classification. In Israel, the thing is that you have citizens, and then you also have people that are quote unquote seen as second-class citizens. Now, legally, there's still Palestinians who are residing within Israel, right? Who do day-to-day job and stuff. They're still classified as citizens of the country. Now, what happens basically is that there was legislation that was introduced and passed, and it almost was passed through a majority of seeing people who are non-Jewish ethnically to be seen as second-class citizens, so not having the rights of what a fellow citizen would. So that means, for example, when it comes to taxation codes, when it comes to, for example, their civic duty, for example, to vote, and their powers in that regard. For example, the power that any citizen is granted, right? Is not, for example, it's different now, and doing it on the basis of, for example, specifically ethnicity, for example, or religion. And so that's why, for example, the individuals that are seen, for example, in prisons are seen as the lowest because, one, not only are they not citizens, but they're also not considered as people, because now they have no legal right. When they have no legal authority, for example, technically no other country can go into that country and to claim them or have a claim upon them, right? And that country, which is what they're residing is current day occupied Palestine, they actually have no legal status. So if something to happen to them, no one can technically do anything. I mean, obviously people can, but I'm saying no one can technically do anything in that instance because they have no right. Now, according to any other convention or, for example, the United Nations, it's considered as a war crime because you can't just rape a war person. That's not allowed. But that's the thing. No one has the legal means per se to go in, and no one would want to go in because obviously the ramifications that Israel would do to them. So that's why when these cases come up, the thing is that it's very evident, but no one can really do anything in the immediate. So.
How much can one trust? How did you get to this as a human? How did we decide we prosecute and we find and accommodate.
This is just power. If you have a lot of power, you get to do the Jews have a lot of power, so they get to do what they want.
I'm saying as a system, I'm questioning the system.
Yeah, it defines the system, those who are in power. So, it's not just the system. Your whole interpretation of how law works is extremely Jewish. You go by the letter of the law. Basically, lawyering is just looking for every technicality.
Yeah, you're right about that. Oh my God, you're so genius about that. Yeah.
Please don't scroll. I'm just trying to become a big content creator.
Perhaps be because of extreme orderly extreme ritualistic practices.
Yes.
Right? Yep. It's very it's all foreign to the.
Sorry, can I get the mod, please? Someone give me mod.
What happened? Why did you draw?
Oh, I had a phone call. I don't know.
Okay, here.
Thank you very much.
See, but the myth of the world is that we're shaped by Christian norms and Christian values in the West. No, we're shaped by Jewish law, Jewish worldviews, legalisms. I mean, look, to be honest.
But it's not wrong. It is right. Once the letter of the law is inscribed in stone, I mean, that is the safety net of one who's fighting a case, right? So it's not even to say a Jewish lawyer or someone who's well versed with these with the detailing.
A lot of technical nonsense. Okay, for instance, what?
It's not nonsense. It's not. I think that's the loophole. I think in the whole system.
No, can I tell you something? Israeli people is fucked up. They're raping kids. You know that? They're raping kids, and they got no fucking self-defense. They are bitch ass. That's why they call America to help them. But America say, fuck off. You know why they're not helping? Because America don't want to be in jail for the fight.
That's right,
Hello everyone. Can I please answer just the point made by Bani Adam earlier? You said that why does since the IOF they have their military police, don't they just be trusted with the investigation?
That's not what I said.
Okay, what we said then?
What I said was there's a common practice amongst militaries all across the world to have military police. Okay? So there is a precedent in that regard. With regards to Israel specifically, there is historical to show that they do not have the ability to remain impartial and actually prosecute war crimes.
They prosecute war crimes.
I said they do not have the ability to remain impartial and prosecute war crimes due to pressures from society and the government.
So why the fucking Jewish people are raping kids?
It's because are you listening to me?
I'm listening to you because the way you're talking, you fucked up. You just coming like a tough, bro. Watch your mouth before you come.
Oh my God.
Watch your mouth, you retarded. The way you're talking is why you put the dog picture in your face, dog. Nah, bro, the way you're talking, you coming tough. Watch your mouth. Fuck Israel. Fuck Israel. It's straight. Fuck Israel. Fuck his mama, fuck his sister, fuck his whole family. Straight.
I'm supporting Israel because of time.
Chill, man.
Okay, can we keep it respectful,
Y'all
please?
crazy, I swear to God.
Regardless of your
I just wanted to add to Nergis's point is that I think that the reason why is when it comes to only following the letter of the law is something that is efficient is because as time changes, laws also develop. Now obviously there's a bifurcation between common and civil law, especially for example in Europe and then obviously North America. But the thing is that as time changes, right, you'll have civic conundrums that will emerge. Like for example, in South Carolina, when a gay couple goes to, for example, a Catholic baker and says to them that for our wedding we would like a cake. Now, if for example the person the business owner chose to not provide them business, is it in violation of for example the gay couple's rights? Or when the gay couple goes to the Catholic baker, right, should they be cognizant of the fact that the person will serve them because that's his right to do business with who he chooses to? So, for example, the letter of the law would say, for example, the superior of the business owner, but as there is, for example, maybe an emerging LGBT community, regardless of what your stance is on them, right? This, for example, would showcase that, okay, like, is the law needed to be amended in that case? So the letter of the law, for example, is very important because there's the letter of the law and then also there is the overarching meaning of the law per se.
Yeah, thank you, Johnny. It actually did strike before you said it. Like, yeah. I think I was looking at it as a particular to the situation we have at hand, and therefore, like, thinking, bro, there's no way they're gonna like punish them or bring them to justice. You know? Yeah.
Because we go by the letter of the law. I mean, you
no. In this case, what Caleb is proposing, which is justified, because I guess we've been doing it like this all along.
No. Even if you go by the letter of the law, due to the pressures of both Israeli society and Israeli government, right? Yeah, even if you go by the letter of the law, they still won't follow the letter of the law because their underlying culture is that of supremacy.
Okay, so this is what I would have said.
Yeah, and religious supremacy.
Yeah, there's just no way like this. You think the UN's gonna involve itself, or is the UN Zionist too?
The UN is basically under the control of the Council, which means it's of the United.
I guess we all need to write testimonies. Thinking about it yesterday, you guys, you know what? I think this narrative can be changed very conveniently, like in a short period of time too, simply because because it can. There's just such an unequal distribution of power. In this case, that we should write testimonies and keep it or keep it in a safe or something so that it's not forgotten.
It will, because they're proof of showing that someone actually did that.
No, but testimony is evidence in court.
Yeah, I know, but the reason why testimony holds up much higher for like senior ranking people is because you can actually definitively show that they planned something, they orchestrated something, they wanted, execution. But one soldier,
however, it's the world against. Like, our numbers are large, and we're all varied. Different nationalities, different languages, different parts of the world.
Leftists and co have no interest.
Gosh, I'm such an idealist, man.
But leftists have no interest in mass prosecuting Jews. Honestly, the most fair thing to if you have Jews would actually be Arabs to have mass collective punishment, because we don't really have to lie. Most Israeli Jews do support what their government and people are doing and have basically no qualms about it. I'm not saying this is right, but it's probably more fair than the Western tribunals that would happen.
Is this gonna end up being like the Kurds, the Armenians? But I think the world has witnessed it a bit much on a much larger scale, on a much bigger pageantry, bigger theatrics involved. It's so glorious as an event, right? As painful as it is.
But it's not.
It's so well known.
Why not? The only reason it's known as an event is because Jews are the ones doing it. What Turkey did in Western Armenia is...
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's no wonder they call you anti-Semitic.
No, I'm being serious. You cannot tell me...
I agree.
Yeah, you can you tell me what
Okay,
Turkey
why do you down here?
Because show me how what Turkey did in Western Armenia isn't worse than what Israel is doing. Show me how what Israel
Agreed. That's what I'm saying. If that can be forgotten, this too.
We have why it forgot because it didn't happen to Jews.
No,
this is remembered because
Jews didn't do it or it didn't happen to them. Is that what you're saying?
No. That and when you just come off as saying we are